Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today, I am diving into the first of the new Shiva fights. That's right, guys, I'm jumping into the very hard 3 version of Shiva. Now, I've fought this fight one time so far, and to be honest, it's not too much of a jump from the very hard 2. As you can see here, the recommended power is only a 7,000 difference. However, you can farm this to get the Shiva's Noble Memories, which I think is why they put it here and why they didn't make it that hard. However, for those of you that are still struggling to clear it, I am going to show you my guide for how to do this. I'm going to be doing it today with a team with a combat power of 223,000. Today, I will be bringing in Zack, Matt, and Yuffie to take down the Ice Goddess herself. Now, before we jump into this, let's quickly go over the fight. At the beginning of it, you're going to fight 2 waves of ads. You're going to fight 2 Castanets and a Sahagin. Then you're going to fight a Sahagin Prince and 2 Ice Bombs. The first set of ads, super chill, doesn't really matter, just take them down as fast as you can. The bombs are one thing to note, although I would take out the Sahagin Prince first. You guys will see this as I clear the fight today. The bombs are tricky because once you get them down past half HP, just like in the previous Shiva fights, they will start to cast a self-detonate that does an enormous amount of damage. So make sure that when you go to kill them, you do kill them. Last but not least, here we have Shiva herself. She is the same as she was in very hard, and normal. She is going to cast fog on you. I don't know if she casts fatigue. I haven't seen it so far, although we did see it in the Mithril Mine dungeon, so it might be something to keep your eye on. Her sigil is going to be circle, so we are going to equip circle sigils here. Her weakness is fire, of course, and her resistance is ice. She is going to be heavily magic based and also take considerably more magic damage than physical damage. Alright, so now let's go into the team. Because of her more apparent weakness to magic damage, I am bringing in Zack today. Zack is going to be running as our primary fire DPS in the fight. Matt is going to be our primary healer / magic defense buffer, and Yuffie is going to be our primary buffer in the fight. She's going to be an off DPS with a Fyra right here, but more or less we are speccing Zack to do the majority of the damage. If you guys don't have Zack with this weapon, just bring whatever strongest fire character you have and slot them into this slot. Essentially, I'm bringing an Imperiler. An Imperiler is someone who can reduce fire resistance, a healer, and someone that can raise our magic defense, and then last but not least, a fire DPS character. Alright, now let's go over the front end of the build, then I'll go over the rear end, and then I will show you guys this fight. Alright, so here is Zack. He's going to be running his Fire Arcanum costume, Ifrit's Hellfire in his summon slot right here, and I'm going to be running the Stream Guard at OB3 level 110, along with the Twinkling Star right here, which can reduce magic attack on Shiva. Alright, it also reduces physical defense, but nothing in our team is really spec towards it, so really it's just for the magic attack break here, guys. This is going to go to a mid potency. However, if you have something that goes mid to high, that's going to be even better. I just couldn't really fit it in this team. Alright, moving on to Matt. He is running his original costume here. It's a 4-star costume, boosts attack and magic defense, along with Gigantic Shield at level 10. I am running the prime number at OB3 in the opening slot right here, along with the very important core defender for the AoE magic defense up right here. I do recommend bringing a weapon with an AoE magic defense cast. Alright, now last but not least, we have Yuffie herself. She is running her buff debuff extension costume. I am running the Crimson Flare to increase the fire potency of the entire team. In her opening slot, just like my Mithril Mine dungeon run, I am running the Crystal Cross here, which can raise the magic attack of a single ally while also casting Regan on them. I'm also going to be running Boomerang right here, which is the Fire Imperil weapon of the day. It's going to reduce the fire resist to mid and then high on a second cast, which is going to be really important for doing extra damage to Shiva. Now let's look at the individual character builds themselves. Actually, let's go over the materia really quick. All right, so in the first slot on Matt, I just have a Cura. I have a Healing Asuna Fog on both Zac and Yuffie over here. Because she can fog you, you're going to want to run at least 2 on your team for this fight. On Zac's second slot, I just have a magic attack up stat stick, so it's not important what it is. I have a Fire Breach on Matt right here, so that he can hit Shiva with the Fire Breach, and then Yuffie can immediately take it to high with Boomerang. In Yuffie's middle slot, I have a Fyra right here to give her a little bit of extra damage. And then over here on the sigils, we just have circle sigils all across the board in the third slot right there. Now jumping into the actual team builds right here, we have Zac Fair, 75k power, 6.4k HP, 3.2k magic, physical defense 103, and magic defense 112. You want to be speccing for magic defense, especially if Shiva is doing a lot of damage to you guys. The back end R abilities are going to be as shown right here, with magic attack and fire potency highlighted as the most important ones. The sub-equipments are going to be the flame projector right here for the magic attack fire potency, the free event weapon, the carrot sword for the same thing, and also the free event weapon, the egg collar, for the exact same thing. Really good setups from these free event weapons for a magic fire DPS character. Alright, now moving over to Matt. He's sitting at 65k power, 8.6k HP, 2.5k magic attack, 107 physical defense, but a solid 135 magic defense. He does have 2.1k healing, which is really good, and his R abilities are as shown, with lightning resist, water resist, and boost ability potency and limit break potential down at the bottom. But the most important thing for him is going to be healing, magic defense, and HP. His R abilities are going to be the Garnet's Rod for a little HP and boost ability potency. He's going to have the Guard Stick right here for the solid healing potency right there. And last but not least, the 1000 Waves for the boost HP and boost magic defense. Now last but not least, we do have Yuffie Kisaragi, our favorite ninja. She does have 81k power, 9.4k HP, 2.4k magic attack, 113 physical defense, and 127 magic defense. Her R abilities are as shown here. I'll scroll down so that you guys can see the bottom ones. But the most important thing for her is going to be HP, buff debuff extension right here, fire potency right there. I'll bring this up so that you guys can see the whole list right there. She does have a good solid amount of buffs. And her sub weapons are going to be the Crystal Sword Z for the boost attack fire potency, the Crew Kicker for the HP fire potency, and last but not least, the Beach Parasol for the boost HP and magic defense. Other than that, guys, that is going to basically wrap up my team. Without anything else said, let's get into this fight. Oh, it looks like I'm going to need to restore my crystals right here or go off ×9. All right, perfect. Without any more further ado, let's get into this fight, guys. I'm going to show you guys how to take down Shiva, very hard 3. And just for all of you guys that are wondering, I will be doing a Shiva EX1 guide sometime in the future once I beat her. I'm going to switch over here to semi-auto just because we're running Healing Asuna Fogs. Alright, and at the beginning of this fight, I am going to switch over to Zac, and I'm basically just going to be playing Zac through these ads. He's going to be the one that's going to be able to kill them the easiest after all. Alright, they will cast a heavy physical defense up buff right there, but it's not going to really matter because Zac is doing magic damage, and the rest of my team is basically spec towards magic as well. Alright, there goes the first one right there. Let's frickin' go. Alright, moving on to the Sahagin Prince. I'm just going to go straight into the DPS here. We'll take out the Prince first, and then we'll take out the bombs. Alright, I'm going to let my ATB kind of save up here because we know that the bombs will start to cast their self-destruct once they're under half health. So you do want to take them down as quickly as you can. I'm going to cast a heal right here with Matt before we go into the next stage of the fight, just to make sure that we're topped off. And I'm going to let my ATB charge up a bit before we go into the fight with Shiva right here. Alright, once it gets full, we're looking good. Boom, we're going to take down the bomb and we're ready to go against Shiva. Alright, so here we go. The Ice Goddess herself, looking ever glorious. Alright guys, so right at the beginning of this fight, Matt is going to Fire Breach, Yuffie is going to Flurry of Steel, and Zac is going to just start doing some damage. Doing fire damage is going to break her Ice Age gauge. All right, as you guys can see, we're looking pretty solid right now. There's the AoE fog. All right, so I'm going to be focusing on healing that with Zac and Yuffie. All right, here we go. I'm going to block this hit. Matt got off the AoE magic defense up right there. So we're looking solid. All right, here we go. I'll healing Asuna Fog one more time. Jump over to Matt, toss on one healing shower, and we are back at it, guys. I'm going to do one more Fire Breach right here. Switch back to Yuffie, take that Fire Imperil to high, and we are off to the races, guys. Boom, the Ice Age is killed just like that, looking pretty solid. I'm going to get the summons here in a second. All right. And right there, I'm just going to pop the summons. It's going to be as easy as that, guys. I mean, if you don't have quite as much gear, it's definitely going to be more of a fight. But if you bring the healing Asuna Fogs, if you have a Fire Imperil weapon, and you have a decent fire DPS character, this fight is not going to be anywhere near as hard as the EX1 Shiva fight. And it's also going to allow you to farm the new Noble Memories, which is going to get you Diamond Dust up to level 10, which I can't even begin to imagine how strong this summon is going to be, guys. It's going to be super, super strong. So I cannot wait to get my Diamond Dust up to level 10 as soon as I can, and I'll be farming this in the meantime. That being said, guys, if you have any questions about this fight, if you're struggling with it, don't hesitate to ask questions in the comments. I'm always happy to answer them. If it's a complicated question, it might be better if you just come join our Discord. The description to join is in the link of every video. We have a great amount of players in there. It's a lot of fun. You guys should come check it out. That being said, if you enjoyed this video today, don't forget to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe for future Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care, and peace.